the 76ers, who currently lead the Celtics 1-0. The 76ers are the one team that we have not mentioned on this week's podcast, except for Jaevon mentioning how they beat his Celtics. That is because we had already covered the 76ers sweeping the Brooklyn Nets out of the playoffs on last week's episode. So the 76ers currently lead the Celtics 1-0, and I am going to go with the 76ers to win this series in 6 games.
Talk your shit, Shaun.
I'm going with the 76ers to win this series in 6 games. Jaevon, you may laugh at me now, but I was the only one of all 5 of us before these playoffs started. I was the only one to pick the 76ers to get to the conference finals. Everyone else had Celtics versus Bucks. I had 76ers versus Bucks, and it's looking like it's going to be 76ers versus Heat now. But I'm picking the Sixers to win this series. Joel Embiid's availability does concern me, as we saw him miss game 1 today. But James Harden, he is playing for that next contract, and he played like the James Harden of old, especially in game 1. And for that reason, I think that the 76ers are going to have enough to shock the world, to shock Jaevon. And I'm picking the 76ers to win this series in 6 games. Jaevon, we know that you are a betting man. We know that you are also a Celtics fan. So where are you leaning with this series and why?
I got the Celtics in 6 games. Look, James Harden played out of his ass today. It's not going to happen again. Don't know if Joel's probably not even playing game 2 because they're like, oh my God, we got a game without Joel. Let's rest him. See how he is. His availability. So I mean, I think they're a different team without Joel Embiid, so their style of play is going to change when Joel's in the game. They're going to try and get him in the post. You saw that with in the Brooklyn series. The Nets were just trying to get the ball out of Joel's hand and just double teaming him pretty much every time in the post. So the lane was a lot open now. So James Harden was able to give you that 45. Tyrese Maxey was doing what he does. I mean, Tatum had 39 tonight. That's no like, oh my God, Tatum had 39. He's gonna do that consistently on a consistent basis. It was more of the Harden. It was the Harden game. Obviously, he had 45, and I'm
tied his playoff career high right there with that 45.
I'm not expecting James Harden to score 45 again in this series. So, Jaylen Brown, he had an okay game. We'll probably see a lot more from him. I think it was a lot of things just down the stretch where we just had a lot of bonehead plays that I can't really explain. That will get tweaked up. Celtics probably win strong in game 2. We're probably going to be the heavy favorites in game 2 again. And we'll be tied going back 1-1 to Philly. I think we'll just probably have to steal. I think the Celtics will probably have to get one. That's what championships teams do. They're able to win on the road, and I think the Celtics will be able to get one in Philly, and they'll be coming back. So I think we'll win here, boom, bam. Yeah, so we'll win 3 games in a row, and then we'll win 3 games in a row. Kind of like what the Warriors did to y'all, and then they went back home but lost. So what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll win game 6. And
someone's a little salty.
No, it's not salt. I mean, I'm just saying what's happened. Like, it was a splash in the face from water. Like, we were asleep a little bit, sleep at the wheel, and then Sixers splashed us in the play
already.
They
game 1? So, sleep at the wheel.
So.
Versus a team that is basically your only threat to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, no Joel.
I don't know if sleep. Y'all should be sleeping.
We were on autopilot. We were just like, there's no doubt. So it should be a cakewalk. So it's all good. They came out, slapped us in the face. James Harden, former MVP. Hey, he went for 45. What can you do?
So. All right, Garry, what can you do? Who are you picking in this series between the 76ers and the Celtics?
Just like you, Shaun, I already thought about the series previously when I had the Bucks versus the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Championship. So, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play DA, devil's advocate, and really just go against Vaughn right now. But I'm gonna stick with the Celtics and what I've seen.
Come on,
yes, I do want to Celtics in 7, Shaun. Celtics in 7. You can write it down. And you know what? Like Vaughn said, I'm not gonna lie, he's right. I didn't expect a James Harden sign like this. I don't think none of us expected a throwback James Harden. He's been playing great in his role, and Maxey do his thing and Embiid do his thing. So, you know what? I'm really proud of James Harden for having a great moment in the playoffs. It's been quite a while. So Yeah, I'm proud of him, man. He's proud of him and showing up, showing why he said he has an MVP in his name, showing why he's been a multiple-time All-Star, showing why he averaged almost like 40 points one year, like Kobe-esque, Michael Jordan-esque. Just, one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen in this game. Really, you can really put that and test that to him. So, him, always it's real. It's real. It's real seeing that you're laughing, Vaughn, to get me laughing too, bro. I'm a contagious laugher, bro. If you start laughing, I might start laughing. So I'm like,
I'm
all right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I changed your little graphic under your name. That's what made
Proud
me
James.
laugh.
Oh wow, gambling,
Man.
man. Okay,
I'm
proud
just
of
waiting. I'm
James.
just waiting for Kevin to say something so that I can change it too.
Yeah, I'm proud of James Harden for showing up and doing his thing. So you know what? But like you said, Vaughn, I'm gonna agree with a lot of things you said. I'm gonna believe in Derek White. I'm gonna believe in Jalen and Brogdon. I meant to do his thing too. And they have two guys who are basically 6 man of the year candidates in a sense, and they have so much wing depth. They already know what they got. I kind of was about to say earlier when you said one of you guys, I think Vaughn might have said they got the best duo, Book and Tatum, and man, Book and obviously Durant, and I was gonna say, man, Brown and Tatum should be in that discussion too as one of the best duos in the league as well, and just Marcus Smart and just them just being so versatile, and I think they're gonna get together again. Since I feel out game one, they stole a game like you guys mentioned, so that's good for them. They should rest Joel Embiid unless they want to get greedy, which you should. You should never ever think you should never just be an autopilot on the playoffs. I don't think that's a good idea. So you saying that a Celtics fan kind of got me scared right now why I should be picking them. But I'm assuming they're gonna buckle down and they're gonna get this thing done at home in game 7 versus Sixers. So simple.
Okay, Gary has the Celtics in 7. Kevin, you are the Philadelphia fanatic. So are you going to go with the 76ers?
Fanatic is a strong word. Fanatic is a strong word. But I'm going to, as everyone doesn't know, Jason Tatum's one of my guys. So I'm definitely going to ride with the Celtics here. I believe in 6. I think they're going to get one more with Joel, but I think the Celtics just have too much. And you really have to have 2 dominant premier wing defenders to go the JT and Jake, and they just don't have that. I know that PJ Tucker was supposed to come in and really shape things up, but he's not. Just like when he got to Kevin Durant, he's still going to give you 45. The other guys do. So if the Celtics can get their other guys like Garry mentioned, the Malcolm Brogdon, the Derek Whites to show up and give their effort every night and win a game, Al Horford going there and doing their thing, I think they're going to take care of them in 5 or in 6. Excuse me.
Which sucks, though, because the 76ers, man, do got a great team. But, I just think like the Celtics, like we said, I think there's a stat right now. I think Vaughn might have mentioned it last week. They've got their number in a sense. And, I really want Joel Embiid, since he's probably going to win the MVP, to really get over the hump and really make some noise and a deep playoff run. Like, again, proud of James Harden. I want him to make a deep playoff run as well. But I think they ran into a better team. So what can you do?
And this is the 22nd time that these two franchises have met in the playoffs, which is the most all time. So we are witnessing history, guys, as we get another iteration of this 76ers versus Celtics series.